Tesla finds its way to the front page one way or another. In today's news, the company has just jacked up the price of their full self-driving software. Oh, and by the way, the initial price wasn't cheap to begin with, but it seems like Elon Musk is well aware of the fact that Tesla enthusiasts will still pay, which is exactly what we'll be talking about in this video. First up, did the software update cause this hike? So here's the thing, Tesla just released an update to their full self-driving, also known as FSD. Maybe this has something to do with the price hike, because the new update has crazy features and is leaps and bounds ahead of other companies. The new update started rolling out to 1,000 testers last weekend. Notes have also been posted online, with improvements to left turns, better creep behavior, and improved pedestrian detection. According to the billionaire CEO, Elon Musk, it's actually a major code change and a big step forward. But of course, he just increased the price by 25%, so obviously he's going to label it as a revolutionary product. Post-update test drives have started showing up on YouTube as the software now rolls out to beta testers. One of the videos showed massive improvements and no driver interventions over a 10-minute drive on several unmarked roads. That's some great news, guys, but please folks, if you do end up getting the FSD, stay attentive behind the wheel. The improvements included better unprotected left turns, with more appropriate speed profiles when approaching and exiting median crossover regions. It also showed good performance in the presence of high-speed cross-traffic. The test drivers seemed to be quite excited about the update, especially when it came to taking difficult turns. Of course, he felt the need to take over in some areas, but the car still managed to perform significantly better, considering the massive improvement and the number of hours it must have taken to create this update. We can safely assume that yes, the price is increasing because of that. However, it's not that simple. But are there limitations to this new update? Before we move on and talk about the limitations, we'd like to tell you something interesting. This version of the software is called 10.69, even though the previous version was called 10.13. So is 0.69 a coincidence? Nope, it's just Elon being cheeky. Anyways, Tesla's full self-driving is unfortunately anything but self-driving, even if it is an improvement on the previous version. According to the SAE's autonomous driving classifications, there are 6 levels. Level 0 is absolutely no autonomous driving, and level 5 is fully autonomous in any and all conditions, and the presence of humans is not needed whatsoever. In these classifications, Tesla's FSD 10.69 is only a level 2. The name and the category don't really add up now, do they? A level 2 system requires that a driver remain present and attentive to the road at all times. They can take their hands off the wheel though. GM Super Cruise and Mercedes Intelligent Drive are also extremely similar to this. This really can't be considered self-driving, as the driver will always be responsible for the car, especially legally. So if something terrible ends up happening, the driver can be prosecuted. That also means, just like any other car, it'll be illegal for you to be drunk behind the wheel. Until Tesla reaches level 4, it really won't be doing justice to the full self-driving name, because only then can a car make all the decisions without the necessity of a driver being in the seat. You're probably wondering if the 10.69 is worth it, aren't you? Well, let's find out. So, is it worth it? We mean, it is quite expensive now, but don't worry about the price. We'll get to that later in the video. Early testers seem to be quite satisfied with the pricey update. However, let's not forget that these blokes are early testers because they're Tesla enthusiasts. Here's the tiny problem though. Early Tesla owners who bought FSD back in 2016, when it was only $3,000, might never see the results. Because even though they paid for the hardware, their cars might reach the end of their service life before Tesla ever reaches level 4. For those guys, Tesla might end up offering a loyalty program, which could lead to the program being half off in their newer Tesla. If that ever happens to be the case, and know that the company is doing something similar in China, then yes, it's totally worth it. And if level 4 is finally achieved, the software at that point could, and most probably would, be worth more than the car itself. But keep in mind folks, that's a big if, because the software would also have to satisfy safety regulators. And these regulators aren't too fond of this tech, at least for now. You asked if it's worth it, right? Well, it depends on your answer to the question we're about to ask. Do you think that the value of FSD will go up in the future fast enough that a hefty payment right now will be worth the investment? If yes, go for it. And if you take Elon's word for it, then you'll find out next year, if next year ever comes. But folks, enough about the software. We've given you each and every piece of information we could to help you make an informed decision, except the price. Let's dive right in. Finally, what's the new price? As we've already mentioned, FSD would have set you back $3,000 back in the day. Now, if you'd like to get the software before September 5th, it'll set you back $12,000. That's extremely hefty. But if you wait till after the 5th, then you're in for a shock, because at that point, you'll have to cough up a whopping $15,000. That's a lot of money. A lot. Especially if you consider that it's only for level 2 autonomous driving. Oh, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. Since you still won't get access to self-driving features, you'll have to pay a monthly subscription for that. And that's kinda costly. It's $199 per month. So, $15,000 initially, then $200 a month for, let's say, 3 years. That's a total of $22,200 that you'll end up paying. But at the same time, you could just buy it right now and not use it, saving on the subscription fee. You could just wait till it becomes fully available, and voila, you have $50,000 worth of software that you bought for less than half of the price. This is complicated, we get it, but basically think of this like an investment. Elon justified this decision by Tesla with a vague tweet stating, "We're trying to make EVs and autonomy more affordable over time. This is the right thing to do. However, we cannot then also retroactively make earlier buyers whole without killing the company." He also further apologized to Tesla customers, saying that he's sorry the solution isn't perfect. Kinda seems sarcastic, doesn't it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Now with that out of the way, let's talk about some of the other crazy things happening in the world of Elon Musk and the millions of companies he's running. Other news. Next up, Tesla has a Korean rival they need to worry about. In an interesting turn of events, the South Korean brand Hyundai is starting to give Tesla a tough time. Hyundai has been around for quite some time now, but only started gaining prominence from 2010 onwards. And now, it seems they're ready to take on the world's highest valued EV maker. In the US market, Kia and Hyundai have taken the number 2 spot behind Tesla in terms of EV sales volume, and the duo's EV market share in Europe has reached 12%, consistently gaining amongst its peers. Globally, these two Korean brands are now the second biggest EV manufacturers, but Tesla is still doing well. How so? It's because they've got the cool factor. But then, Korean cars are cheap and practical. Let's see who ends up winning this battle. Now, Tesla petitions against a lawsuit. Apparently, Elon Musk isn't the only one facing a lawsuit right now. His company Tesla is also going through one. And all lawsuits are bad, but this one in particular because it's for racial discrimination. Yikes. In October of last year, the company was ordered to pay $137 million in damages to an African-American contractor who accused the company of ignoring racial abuse and discrimination. Well, Tesla believes it did nothing wrong since they've petitioned against it. Finishing up, are you as crazy as this Tesla fan? You know those Bluetooth keys that Tesla has? The ones that let you unlock your car without ever touching them? Well, this one crazy Tesla enthusiast got that key implanted in his hand. But hey, can we blame him? Considering how often I lose my keys, it makes sense to put them somewhere where you can't ever lose them again. This is extremely technologically advanced, or extremely dystopian, depending on where you stand. Let's hope the bloke doesn't face any complicated issues. Well, that's all we have for you guys today. Will Tesla ever reach SAE level 5? Or is Musk just hyping it up a bit too much? Let us know all your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. See you guys next time.